Hello again. Thank you for coming back to watch some more chess. I already got one game in this morning, but I didn't think I'd have time to record it. We get the white pieces. Scandinavian. I played my opponent before, and they joined in February of this year from Denmark. My normal line against the Scandi is the Blackmar Diemer. It's um, it's a fun opening to play, and since I don't really know any other Scandi lines right now, I guess that's what I'm going to do. Keep telling myself I'm going to learn some of the mainline Scandis, but I don't really have the time to study chess openings right now. Attack the pawn with the knight first, and then we gambit this pawn for development. Not forced to take it, could defend it, but I don't ever see that move. Really know what I would do if I did see that move. Probably keep developing. Just get the bishop out. Think about queenside castling. Opponent's thinking. He takes. I develop my knight. Pins. And I'm going to attack the weak f7 square. Castle. This is ideas in the Blackmar. I'm going to have a nice attack on f7. A little bit careful about this pawn, because if he checks, he picks up the bishop sometimes if I'm not careful. So if he takes with the knight, I can't take with the queen. I have to take with the rook to keep this pawn protected. So I've given up a pawn for development. Typically just see this bishop development and castle kingside kind of quickly. Okay. I want to get my bishop off of my king off of this diagonal. Arrows are all over the place again. Um, I'd like to shift my queen over to the E file. think I'm toying with the idea of developing the bishop here to protect the pawn. That puts a piece between my queen and the king, but he's going to castle. So let's start by getting our king off of that diagonal. That might have been unnecessary. I don't recall doing that a whole lot in this opening, but it's been a minute since I've played it. My next idea is going to be just to get the queen up here on maybe I'll get the bishop out first. Get the bishop developed. Sometimes I see this knight development here, yeah. And that's where I really like to have my queen on this file. There's sometimes some tricks there. I suppose I don't have to keep this pawn protected at the moment because the queen's cut off. Could unpin the knight by developing the queen over here, but I would like to get the rook behind the queen, so I'm going to put the queen here like I normally would anyway, and just prepare rook A to E1, rook A, E1. I have a very strong presence down the E and F files. I'm going to fortify this square. Bring his knight over here. Now I could shift the queen over here with the idea of coming to H4. Maybe if I have to swing my bishop back to D3. Let's unpin. He doesn't have an attack on my queen. If he comes here, I take the bishop. So I want to get my rook over here. But if we do swap bishops, the queen ends up here. I'd like to have a rook opposing it. If he doesn't take my knight, I'm going to plan it right here at an opportune moment. And he does take the knight. Okay. So I take back with the queen. I think I'm going to reposition my bishop over here eventually, but I'm not sure if I want to do that or bring the rook over first. shift his rook over here to the c file to support c6 and allow a b5 push. This knight developed, like, just redeploying the knight seems like a more reasonable. Okay, so he attacks the two weak pawns. And I can't defend them both. What I can do is shift my bishop back here and start looking at attacking the h7 square. If I ever take the knight, though, he can just replace it with another knight, and then I can look at sacking the rook. I don't really want to give up this central pawn because it's keeping the knight out. I want to give up this b pawn if I have to give up a pawn. So I think rook to the d file is my move. Protect this pawn, give this one up. If he comes down here and snags it, bringing the bishop back doesn't, that's not really a plan, I don't think. Because I want the bishop over here. In fact, let's do that now. You still can't take the pawn because check wins the queen. And if he weakens the dark squares, this rook is buried. Might consider this move where I need to take the bishop, I think. Maybe not. I can wait. I think I can wait because I can threaten mate. If he can block it with the f pawn, then built up a pretty good little defense against my Blackmar Diemer. That's all right. I'm only down a pawn, and I have open lines of attack. So yeah, I'm coming here. Brings his queen back. Why does he bring his queen back? What does that do? I'm coming here, and I'm threatening to take, take, take. How does he defend against that? Queen here, pawn here. Can I take the pawn? Takes, takes, takes. I don't have the juice there. Queen here, pawn here. Can I sack the bishop? Knight here. Pawn takes. No, I'd need to take that first. What about knight here first? If knight takes, queen takes, knight comes back to block. Doesn't have to. You could block with the pawn instead. Then I've got the dark square weaknesses. Let's bring the knight. Now he can't afford to take the bishop. If he takes the knight, I take with the queen. I'm threatening mate. So it takes the bishop, loses. Moves the knight to protect mate, loses, but to bishop takes. So takes, takes, pawn blocks. Bishop here attacks the rook. Knight here attacks the queen. Okay. What's he gonna do here? Block here, but that hangs this pawn. He's a check, and then I win the bishop. He's in trouble here. Blocks with the pawn, and I win the exchange. Bless you, kitty. Sneezes. Bottom. And he resigned. Oh, I think he could have played that out, but let's see what the computer says. It's still an even game with a slight edge to white. I played it a little more accurately. 2250 for me, 2150 for him. Only 16 moves. He had a miss, and I had a mistake. So I do really like this Blackmar Diemer. It's a nice weapon to have up your sleeve, and black technically has a slight edge in the opening because I'm gambiting material, but this is very playable for white. And it never does like this move. Like it says it's a good move, but the best move I think is bishop here. No, kick the pawn. Kick the pawn. Okay. I'll have to look at that line a little deeper. And that's an inaccuracy. Inaccuracy, cast line. Kick the bishop still. Wants me to kick the bishop. Okay. Let me study a little theory on this. Accurate. Mistake. My mistake was tucking the king away in the corner. Kind of a wasted move. Wants me to push. Wants me to push my pawn. Makes sense before he gets castled. Takes. I mean, I've got more than enough material to take back with the queen and the knight and the bishop. Just open up that center before he gets castled, but I let him get castled. He's up a full pawn. And Slightly inaccurate. I'm giving him a 1.6 edge here. Wants me to get. Bless you, kitty. Got the sneezes. Wants me to prevent this pawn push. Okay. That was inaccurate. I thought he probably should have taken a pawn if he was gonna. Oh, attack the center again. Then can I just push? I think I pushed there. Oh no, that opens up this. Okay. And if pieces start coming off, then my attack fizzles. That was a miss on his part. He should have taken the pawn here. But up 2 pawns, he's still only got a 0.5 edge. Because my attack is pretty ferocious over here. Yeah. Are you allergic to cat hair too? No. Doesn't like that knight move. I thought the knight move was good. I thought that was a solid. What's my other ideas here then? Retry that. Hey, you okay, kitty? You need to blow your nose? Sorry, I know you didn't come here to watch me have a conversation with my cat. Well, I'm not sure what the. So what is the idea here? Um, yeah, I was thinking about swinging the queen over here because I do have the rook sack here at this point. I think maybe the queen. No, it's good. Calls it good. Gives white a bit of an edge. What's the best one? What? Wants me to pawn storm. I'm gonna have to do some deep analysis on that. I don't understand the idea behind G4. And queen takes is the best move, and here he resigns. So analysis, white has a 0.4 edge here, only a 0.4 edge, and he resigned. I thought that G6 held, and it looks like it does. Um, Black goes G6, white goes bishop H6. And like top 3 moves here are still only a half of a pawn edge. It suggests queen A5 here. Queen A5, I suppose, with the idea of bringing the queen back over here. Queen A5, bishop takes, bishop takes, queen F3, threatening here. Rook E7. Not an easy position for black to play. He's got a pawn of material edge still. I've only got 0.4 on the eval bar. But this is still white has all the attack and black is on his heels, so not an easy position to play, but still well worth playing on, because I don't know if I find the right attacking ideas. Like Queen F2 here. I don't understand the purpose of that move. Why Queen F2? Other options are Bishop C4 and A3. A3 is hanging, the pawn's hanging, so I could see myself playing that move, losing a little bit more edge. Queen B6, E4. I could see myself. I mean, this is hanging now because I don't have the check anymore. Although I picked the pawn up, I would pick the pawn back though. Well, lots of play still in position. I'm disappointed that my opponent resigned, but I do like that Blackmar Diemer gambit. Um, Thanks for coming to watch some more chess. Like, share, and subscribe. I will keep posting these videos, trying to climb the ELO ladder. I'll see you soon.